Scott, where are you going to get your protein from? What? A whole plant food diet? You're going to be zinc deficient and you're going to be iron deficient. And where are you going to get your calcium? We'll answer all that. First, a quick Bible study, Genesis 1, 2, and 3. God's original diet for mankind was actually just simply whole plant foods, the produce of the earth. And that was to sustain us. That was our substance and sustenance. Then you fast forward into the book of Daniel, and they have the option of lots of rich meats and wine of the king of Babylon. Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they say we can't eat that stuff in good conscience. Please test us for 10 days. Give us only pulse to eat and water to drink. What is pulse? Well, it is that which is full fiber food, that which was sown in the ground, whole plant food diet, and water only to drink with no alcohol. 10 days later, they are wiser, 10 times wiser, and notably, visibly more healthy than their companions who are eating the king's diet of meat and all sorts of rich foods. That tells us an awful lot. So when we ask the question, where are you going to get your protein from? Well, I ask the question, where do these guys get their protein from? And the answer is that whole plant foods contain every vitamin, every mineral, every amino acid, and every fatty acid that are needed for our health. And not just to survive, but longevity, disease risk reduction, mental health boost, and physical thriving in every category. Of course, weight management most of all. But think about protein. Over the years, the amount of recommended portion of your diet that needs to be protein has been a moving target. They've had no idea. They were way too high, and then they revised it down, and revised it down over time. And remember that in the blue zones, where the people in the world live the longest, they are consuming upwards of 80% of their calories from carbohydrates. So not 50% protein and enormous amounts of fat and protein. Mostly good, healthy, whole carbohydrates from whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Then you look at adverse effects associated with protein intake above the recommended dietary allowance for adults. It actually harms your health when you eat too much protein. Where'd these guys get their iron, their calcium, their zinc? Well, take a look at this. What you see on the screen is various foods, 200 calories of them, and how much iron you get out of that. You get quite a lot of iron out of eating beef liver for sure, but I don't know a lot of people that eat liver on a regular basis, so let's just compare beef with lentils. And what do you see? Lentils are 3 times more rich in iron, calorie for calorie, than is ground beef. And when you look at cooked spinach, it's 172% of your daily value if you were to eat 200 calories of spinach. You get plenty of iron if you're eating a wide variety of plant foods and making sure to include your lentils, your spinach. Where'd these guys get their calcium from? Well, take a look at kale. 200 calories of kale versus every single dairy product you can find. It blows them all out of the water. By the way, cook your kale, you're going to digest it better and it's more enjoyable as well. Where'd these guys get their zinc? Same thing when you compare pumpkin seeds with any form of meat that's supposedly the storehouse of zinc for us. You get more zinc calorie for calorie from pumpkin seeds, from pepitas. They're enjoyable. So there isn't a nutrient that you're missing. I mean, everybody's down on B12 and D3. You ought to take a B12 supplement no matter what your diet is. And D3, get a lot of sunshine, but also supplement in the winter, especially if you're a long ways from the equator, northern or southern hemisphere. But that's all for today. But hopefully it's been encouraging that you can get every nutrient you need from plants, every amino acid that you need, every essential vitamin, mineral, every essential amino acid, and every essential fatty acid. Essential means that which the body can't produce. So that's all for now. We'll see you next time.